Hello, here's Miss Walsh, and what we're going to do today is we're going to continue on with the Voronoi diagrams, but we're going to see how to modify a Voronoi diagram when another site is added, okay? So let's go to our first diagram here, okay? So suppose that we have a Voronoi with the site A and B below. For example, these are coffee shops. So this is a Voronoi diagram because there's only A and B, and then the perpendicular bisector, remember, goes through the middle. If a person lives at -1 and 2, which coffee shop they go to? Okay, so if it's at -1 and 2, they're here. So remember, everywhere on this side, anywhere here, you'll be closest to shop A, so therefore the person will go to shop A. Oy, that's really thick. Okay, so now a new coffee shop, C, opens at 4-4. Okay, so here's 4-4. See? Okay, and then what we need to do now is we need to construct a new Voronoi diagram. Okay, remember that this green line split A and B. So what you're going to have to do, just start with one at a time, is we're going to now have to split A and C. So we'll need something like this. And then we'll need C and B, so we'll need something like this. And then the perpendicular bisector between A and B going this way will stay. Okay. So let's start with that. Why don't we find the slope of AC first? Okay, so this is 1 down, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the slope of AC, this is negative. I went down and to the right, 6. So therefore, our perpendicular slope is going to be 6. The next thing we're going to do, remember the capital, is we're going to need the midpoint. So you can either do this with a formula, or you can just kind of see where it will be. I think I'll just use the formula. So if you have A, that's at -2 and 5, and then if we have C, that's at 4, 4. Remember the formula is just you average out the x's. So -2 plus 4 over 2, and 5 plus 4 over 2, and so we're going to have 1 and 4.5. Okay, so therefore our equation is going to be, I'm just going to use mx plus b here. Substitute in the 6, substitute, right? So the perpendicular slope, remember, not the slope of the actual AC, but the perpendicular bisector here, and then substitute in the x and the y. So this is going to be 4.5 is going to be 1 plus b, and then our b ends up being something -1.5. Okay, so then that's our equation for AC. So this is going to be 6x minus 1.5. You could have maybe done it by hand. You could have maybe done it faster. That might actually have been faster. Okay, so 1 and 4.5 is somewhere here. And then where are we going? We're going to a slope of 6. So I'm just going to go down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I'm going to go to the left so that my slope is positive. So something like this is where I'm going to draw the line. I'm just going to use a ruler and then draw it something like this. So remember, this other line now is actually gone, right? This is no longer relevant. You're no longer splitting A and B. Okay, so now let's split B and C like this. So then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, since they're on top of each other, they're vertical, then your perpendicular bisector is going to be a horizontal line. Since this is 5 units long, you're just going to go 2.5 each way, and then it's going to be a horizontal line. And then, yep, just drag it over. Until, now how far do you drag it over? Until basically they meet. So it'll be somewhere here, and then this line. So, and then as soon as they intersect, then just stop it, and they will intersect at the same point, something like this. So what you have, and I'm actually just gonna maybe like shade this black. so that it's not there. This is now our new Voronoi diagram, okay? So remember, as soon as your two edges meet, then you don't need to continue it on. Okay, that's it. Why is it not, what is this going? Coffee shops? Why may the Voronoi not be an accurate predictor of their choice? So meaning maybe location is not the only factor that matters. Maybe they have like a favorite coffee shop, or maybe they have a friend that lives there, or maybe the coffee is better. I don't know, whatever, okay? But you're just thinking a little bit of in context there. Okay, let's do one more. Here's our answer, by the way, for you to compare, okay? So the Voronoi diagram B, C, and D. So right now this is for B, C, and D, and now we are going to add this point, 6 and 4. Okay, if you want, just pause it and just try. How would this look like? What does this break? This breaks D and B, right? That's what this line is. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get rid of this line, okay? It's no longer representative for splitting these two regions. Okay, now this will still hold, right? Still going to be in the middle of C and D. And this is also still going to hold. This is in the middle of C and B. Okay, so now what we're going to need, you can probably see, we're going to need to create a new line for D and K. This is actually pretty easy because this is 1, 2, and this is 1, 2. So what you're going to do is the middle is just like this. And then the slope is 2 up and 2 to the left. So you can see that right now your slope of dk is, if it's 2 up and 2 to the left, it's just -1. By the way, pay attention to the scale because actually, yeah, no, it's 2 units each, so we're fine. Okay, so what that means is that your perpendicular bisector, your slope is just going to be 1. Okay, so this is great. I'm going to go 2, 2, la la la. Let's insert the line, something like this. How far do you stretch it? Until you will meet another edge. Okay, so right now I'm just going to leave it like this, and then let's see what happens. Okay, so what we're going to have to do now is we're going to also split the K and the B. Okay, so now where's the midpoint here? So this is 1, 2, 3, and this is 1, 2, 3. So we're going to go 1.5 per each. So it's going to be somewhere here, okay? That's going to be our midpoint. Remember, you always need a midpoint and the perpendicular slope. Okay, the slope of KB. Okay, so what is this? So remember, we're going by 2s. So this is 2, 4, 6, and this is 2, 4, 6. So the slope here is 6 over 6. So the slope here is 1. So therefore, the perpendicular slope is going to be -1. Remember, it's the negative reciprocal. Okay, this is in the middle, so you're going to go to the middle here and to the middle here. I'm doing this on purpose without numbers. You could, of course, do this all numerically with a formula. All right, so here we go. I'm going to draw a line like this. I'm going through those points. Here we are. And then just extend it till you meet something. Ah, okay. So there they are. So actually what we are going to need is we are going to need this line, okay? Because you have an intersection here and you have an intersection here, and then you would just connect them by this line, okay? And so your new Voronoi diagram looks like this, okay? So yeah, just get rid of the line that you don't need anymore, and then just go one by one. Start with a point, tuck, middle, tuck, middle, tuck, middle, tuck, middle, always with a midpoint and perpendicular bisector. And there you go. You've created a new Voronoi. Bye.